everyone, it's Justin again. Have you ever built something with blocks, designed something on a computer, or doodled shapes on a piece of paper? All of those activities involve geometry, which is the title of this unit. So, what is geometry? Geometry is the part of math that focuses on things like lines and shapes. In this video, we're going to get an overview of some of the topics we'll learn about in this geometry unit. So, have your guided notes ready? And let's get into it. First things first, check out the 6 images in the first page of your guided notes. If these figures were actually in front of you in real life, and not just on your guided notes or a computer screen, which would be 2D or two-dimensional, and which would be 3D or three-dimensional? Take some time here to record your thoughts. The two-dimensional figures are those that are flat, meaning they don't have any depth. This includes the curvy drawing, the hexagon shape on a poster, and the line segment drawing. We can think of 2D figures as objects that lie entirely on a flat surface. They can't hold anything inside them because they don't have volume. And three-dimensional figures have volume, meaning they can hold something inside them. Those are the Egyptian pyramid, the dice, and the gift box. These can all be filled with something. The pyramid might have bricks, rooms, and maybe even mummies inside it. The dice are probably solid because they're likely filled with plastic, and the gift box might have a present inside with packing material or could just be filled with air. In the first half of this unit, we'll focus on some very specific two-dimensional figures. We'll work with closed figures or shapes made of straight sides, what we call polygons. Take a look at these two-dimensional figures again. Which of these are polygons? And why do you think so? Pause the video and record your thoughts. This curvy shape does not have straight sides, so it's not a polygon. This drawing does have straight sides, but it's not a polygon. Why isn't it? This isn't a polygon because it isn't closed. See this opening here? If I were coloring this in, I wouldn't know when to stop coloring because it's missing a boundary. That leaves us with this hexagon. This is a closed figure or shape, and it has straight sides, so this is a polygon. We'll be working with two kinds of polygons in this unit, triangles and quadrilaterals. How many sides do triangles and quadrilaterals have? Tri means 3, so triangles have 3 sides, like these. And quad means 4, so quadrilaterals have 4 sides, like these. There are even some more specific ways to describe quadrilaterals, like this one. What shape does this look like to you? It looks like a square to me. But if this really is a square, then did you know that it actually fits into all these other shape categories too? So why not call it a parallelogram or a polygon or a rectangle? Well, out of all these names, square would be the most specific name for it, making it the best description. Here, let me explain. We'll start with a parallelogram. A parallelogram is a more specific type of quadrilateral. Its 4 sides are arranged so that not just one pair of opposite sides is parallel, but so is the other pair. We can use a symbol that looks like an arrow to show that 2 sides are parallel, like this. And to show a second pair of parallel sides, we can use a double arrow, like this. If we take these parallel sides and shift them, we can make 4 right, or 90-degree, angles, which can be shown with a little square symbol where the sides meet up. Having these right angles actually gives us an even more specific type of parallelogram. What's a shape with 2 pairs of parallel sides and 4 right angles called? That's right, this is a rectangle. And what do you think we can call this rectangle if all four of its sides are the same length? A square. To show that this rectangle can be more specifically called a square, we can use a marking on each side, like this hash mark, to show that these four sides all have the same length. Now that we know the specific characteristics of each shape, we can work through some example problems. The first problem says to identify each shape by analyzing its image and description and to be as specific as possible. Pause the video and work through this now. Starting with shape A, we can decide which names on this list describe the shape and then decide which is the most specific. Shape A's description says it's a parallelogram. This means it's also a quadrilateral, since parallelograms are a type of quadrilateral, and quadrilaterals are a type of polygon. We also know that this is not a triangle, since it doesn't have three sides. The image of shape A and the description both tell us that it has four right angles. What's the name for a parallelogram with four right angles? Yeah, rectangle. Can we also say this is a square? We can't, because there's nothing indicating that all four sides of the rectangle are the same length. Out of these four ways to name this shape, which is the most specific or best answer? Rectangle is the most specific, so we can say that shape A is a rectangle. And what about shape B? Now that we've gone through shape A together, go ahead and see if you'd like to make any changes to your answer for shape B, or if you're confident in the name you gave it. A closed figure with straight sides is a polygon, but can we be more specific? Well, triangles only have three sides, but this has four, so it's definitely a quadrilateral and not a triangle. Is this quadrilateral more specifically a parallelogram? I don't see any symbols for two pairs of parallel sides, and that's not in the description either. So I would say that this is not a parallelogram. And if it's not a parallelogram, then it can't be a rectangle or a square, since those are even more specific. Okay, great. It looks like polygon and quadrilateral are accurate, but quadrilateral is the most specific. Great job with both parts of this problem. The next problem says, which of the following must be true about a rectangle? And to choose all that apply. Pause the video and work through this now. Let's see. Here's a rectangle with the properties we learned about. It's a four-sided shape and has two pairs of parallel sides and four right angles. We can say that a rectangle is a more specific type of parallelogram, which is a more specific type of quadrilateral, which is a more specific type of polygon. It has four sides, like all quadrilaterals do, so A is true. It is a type of polygon, so B is true. Since it's a type of parallelogram, it has two pairs of parallel sides, making C true. And it has right angles, which is a property of rectangles, making D true. For a rectangle, all of these statements are true. Great job reasoning through this with me. In addition to learning about two-dimensional and three-dimensional figures in this unit, you'll get the chance to help two students, Amara and Jabari, with a decorating project. Look out for bonus opportunities to assist them along the way. All right, that's it for now. Don't forget to finish your guided notes and complete the online practice. I'll see you next time.